Okay, so we'll begin by warming up your core and spinal column with cat and cow. So inhaling to look up, dropping your belly down, and then exhaling, curving your chin to your navel. So just moving at your own breath here, going through flexion and extension through your spine. As you just kind of get everything moving and the blood flowing, and this movement can be really small if you're feeling kind of tender in your back, or it can be big and swanky if you want to. And then if you want to start adding other movements into it, you can start getting really weird into kind of like a flexion, extension, salsa dance on your hands and knees. Pretty much anything that you can do to kind of stretch or loosen up or feel the muscles that connect from your rib cage down to your hips. And I'll take, one or two more kind of funky passes or funky movements to kind of move through it. And then we'll all come down into child's pose for a minute. Stretch out that lower back and reach your fingertips forwards. And then just gently press your bum down towards your heels. And then coming back onto your hands and knees. We're going to reach your right arm out in front of you. So your right biceps is in line with your right ear. And then push your body away from the floor so your left shoulder is really strong. And then push your left heel straight back out behind you. On the exhale, connect elbow to knee under your body. And then inhale, extend, reaching out as far as you can. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend, all the while keeping your core engaged. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. One more time, reaching out and coming back onto all fours. And reaching out your left arm out in front of you, so your left biceps in line with your left ear, and pushing your right heel straight back out behind you. Taking a deep breath, and then on the exhale, connect elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. One more time to make the connection. One more time reaching out. And coming back down onto all fours. And then we'll scoot over so that you can lay flat on your back on the mat. So bring your hands either behind your head or across your chest. We're going to do 25 crunches, straight up and down. Just trying to keep a good space between your chin and your chest so your neck is staying neutral. If your hands are supporting your head, just try and make sure that you aren't pulling on your head. Start whenever you're ready. Count out 25. Okay, once you finish your 25, we're going to reach your right arm over your head and extend your left leg out along the floor. And we're going to reach your right hand towards your left toes. So raising it up and rolling up. So your right shoulder blade comes up off the floor and then you come all the way back down. We're going to do 15 of these. Go at your own pace. Count them out. And if you feel like, I can't quite get there, it's okay, just reach as far as you can. And if your neck starts to stress out, you can always put your left hand behind your head to give your neck a little bit of support. Whenever you get to 15, stop, switch sides. Whenever you finish your 15 of those, come all the way back down onto your back. Ah. We're going to put your hands underneath your bum and do a set of leg lifts. So, raising your legs up over your hips and lowering them down just above the floor. And if this kind of stresses out your lower back, you can always bend your knees and just do a reverse crunch like that, and we'll hit the same muscle group. But we're going to go for 20 of these total. Start whenever you're ready. Count them out. Cool. Once you finish your 20 reps, we're going to bring your feet together and then let your knees drop open out to the sides. And just stop for a second to let your knees rock open so you kind of open up that hip flexor in the front there. And we're going to put one hand over the other. And normally when we do these, we just drive straight up the center. But today we're going to go in like a 3 pattern. So we're going to bring both hands over one knee, come back, both hands along the center, come back, and then both hands over your other knee, come back, both hands along the center. All right? So we're kind of getting a twist, going along the center, and then twisting on the other side. We're going to count out a total of 20. And feel free to use a little bit of momentum with your hands. It's like you're driving up the center, driving up to the side. Try and squeeze up as high as you can each time. Okay. Once you finish your 20 of those, you're going to bring your hands back under your bums and we're going to do a vertical hip raise. So legs are straight up over your hips and we're going to like kick your butt up off the floor, hold for a moment, and then lower back down slowly. We're going to go for 20 of these as well. So raising up and coming down slow. Or as slow as you can. Try and keep your feet in like a window so you're not bringing your legs all the way over your head or too far away from your hips. But you're trying to keep it as straight up and down as you can. Great. So we're going to come up resting on your palms on the floor and raise your hips up off the floor. We're going to do crab toe touches, crab walkie. Happy, fun exercise time. So we're going to reach up one foot, touch it with your opposite hand, come back down, and touch your opposite foot. So just going side to side, going for a total of 20 reps. Okay. Good. you finish your 20, you come back down to rest on your butt. Okay, we're going to straighten out your legs along here using your hands to support your lower back, and then bring your knees into your chest. All right, so we're trying to like straighten out and come in for a set of 20 of these. Eighteen, 19, 20. When we're done with that, we'll come onto your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You're going to push your hips as high up to the ceiling as you can. Drop them down and come up for a crunch. Hips come up high to the ceiling, come on down, and come up for a crunch. Going to go for 20 of these. These don't have to be done especially fast, so long as you're getting a good contraction at the top, so your butt and your hamstrings really pushing your hips up, and then you're crunching up as high as you can. Cool. Whenever you finish your 20 of those, we're going to come on to hands and knees again. And this one is a little bit funky. What we're going to do is stop off in a bear crawl. So when you're in a bear crawl, your back is really straight, knees are bent, and your hands are posting into the ground and you're pushing your shoulders away from your hands. Once you've established this position, we're going to do a shoulder tap, bring a leg through, bring your other leg through, and then back into your bear crawl. So I'll talk you through a whole bunch of these. We'll do 10 total. So shoulder tap, pass your leg through, so you rotate through your hips, pass your legs through, and then back to the center. Shoulder tap, pass your leg through, pass your leg through. I think it's 3. Shoulder tap, pass your leg through, pass your leg through, and back. Shoulder tap, pass through, back to center. Shoulder tap, pass your leg through, back to center. All right, 6. Shoulder tap, pass your leg through, back to center. Shoulder tap, pass through, shoulder tap. Good, 2 more. Shoulder tap, pass through. Last one, shoulder tap, pass through, and pass through. Good. A little bit weird, but it's good because it kind of gets trunk rotation, but instead of your upper body rotating, it's your lower body rotating. So it's really good for that lumbopelvic hip complex. All right, so laying on your back, you're gonna place your hands underneath your bum. We're gonna do flutter kicks. So flutter kicks, legs are out straight, and you're raising one leg up after the other. And you're trying to keep the movement originating from your hips and not your knees. So you're not like doing that. but legs are out straight. 15. Sorry, we're going for 20 total. 18. Good, and 20. Great. Okay, so we're going to raise your hands up over your head, straighten out your legs along the floor. Open up your hands and legs in the shape of a starfish, take in a deep breath, and then on the exhale, float up into boat pose. So legs are off the floor, arms are parallel with your knees. And then to come out of it, raise your hands over your head, and then lower really slowly back down towards the mat. All right, we're gonna go for 5 of these. If this feels really tough on your back, a variation is to come up and rock yourself up with your hands under your legs, and then balance and then try and lower down slowly. But if you can, open up your arms and legs, take in a deep breath, and then exhale to squeeze up and do a nice strong boat with your back really straight. When you finish 5 of these, you can rest for a second. I think I'm on my last one. Great. Finish those. We're going to rest on one forearm. And we're going to do hip raises. So you can stack your feet one over the other and put your hand on your hip and raise your hips up and down off the mat like so. If this feels hard, you can post that top foot on the floor and use it to give you a little bit of support. We're going to go for 15 total, whichever variation you're going for. And then once you switch sides, you switch sides. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, and the shoulder that's doing taking all load, you want to try and keep it strong. So you're pushing your body away from that shoulder, so you're not like collapsing. Count out 15 whenever you're ready. Whenever you're done with that, you're going to come back on your hands and knees, and we're going to prepare for mountain climbers. So for mountain climbers, you're basically holding in a plank, and you're bringing a knee to an elbow, and then other knee to elbow. And you can do these very quickly, or you can do them kind of slow. I like doing them slow because then you're holding at the top and you really get a good contraction through your abs, but find a pace that works for you. We're going to go for 20 total. Once you finish those guys, you're going to make your way onto your back. We're going to do another set of trunk rotation, but again working from your lower part of your trunk through your hips. So we're going to reach out your arms on either side of the floor and lift up your legs, drop them down to one side, and then drop them all the way over to the other side. If this feels really hard, bend your knees and just reduce the range of motion. All right? But kind of play around with it. We're going to go for 20 total and find the range of motion and the leg position that works good for you. The idea here is to get your core stronger, but not stress you out so that you hurt yourself. Too much fun. Whenever you finish your 20, pat your belly. Tell it that you love it. Say, I love you, belly. You're my friend. Or don't. All right, so we're going to do an isometric contraction. So creating a tabletop with your shin with your toes pointing towards you. You're going to press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. All right, so pushing as strong as you can for 30 seconds, starting right now. And this is one where you can make it kind of light on yourself, make it easy and just hold this position. But like, why would you do that, you know? Push as hard as you can. 15 more seconds. Keep the pressure on. Pretend you're making diamonds out of coal in between your hands and your thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oy. Great. And roll it over onto your belly again. So resting on your tummy, we're going to do 5 Supermans. Or Wonder Womans. However you want to see it. So we're going to rest down. And then you're going to float up, legs and arms come up off the mat for 5 breaths. And then lower down slowly. So we're going to do 4 more of those. Go at your own pace. Go with the range of motion that feels good. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And the last one. Coming on down. Whenever you're done with those, we're going to come back into child's pose. Stretch out your lower back. Little counter stretch. Stay here for a few breaths. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to come into a forearm plank. So you can either do forearm plank, palms facing the floor, palms facing each other, or if you want to make it really spicy, you could do a straight arm plank. I'm going to do mine on my forearms with my palms on the floor because I find those the most challenging. We'll hold it for 1 minute, starting right now. So while you're holding it, think about pushing your heels away from you and the crown of your head towards the front of the room, and then drop your hips down so that you're truly level with the floor. As you inhale, try and expand your tummy, right? So like inhaling big balloon breath. And then as you exhale, tuck your belly button into your spine and up to your heart. Kind of brings your awareness into the core that you're holding. We're at 30 seconds. So by reaching the crown of your head towards the front of the room, you're kind of bringing your upper spine through your scapula, through your shoulder blades, so you're not collapsing. 15 more seconds. Nice, staying strong, Jim. 5, 4, 3, 3.5, 2, 2 3/4, 1. We're done. Whew, good. So rest for a second. And then putting your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to bring yourself into an upward dog. Stretch out your abs. Take a look up towards the ceiling. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. If that feels a little bit too tight, come into baby cobra, where you use your hands just to push up like this. Either one, we'll hold for like, I don't know, 5 total breaths. And then whenever you're ready to come out, we'll come out. All right, for the last one, you can either do standing up or on your knees. What we're gonna do is reach both hands up over your head. Drop one hand down by your side until your fingers find the floor, and then reach that top arm all the way over and then bend at the opposite elbow. So you come into as deep a stretch. This feels good while keeping your hips square to the mat. So you're not letting that other hip kind of roll over. 2 more breaths here. Squeeze from the obliques to come back up to center. And then switch sides. Reach that top arm over and then bending at the elbow that's doing the support on the floor. Two more breaths. Come back up to center. Hands down by your sides. That's it. Thank you all so much for joining me for this relatively quick 30-minute core workout. Join me Monday morning for a full body workout. We're going to add a bunch of new exercises and some other weird stuff, so hopefully it'll keep you fit and fun and entertained.